people listening might not identify with panic, but most people really deal with, to some extent, stress, anxiety in their life at different times. And I find that most just do one of three things. They either try to avoid the things that cause it, right? They try to medicate, typically self-medicate, right? Or they try to just grin and bear it and push through. That's my experience. And I want to know from your experience, do you think there's a better way to get through it? Those anxious moments in your life. Do you think we can actually do it in a way that is productive?
I don't think I'd have written the book if I didn't be productive, right?
Yeah.
But listen, I grew up as an anxious person, and this is what I think. I think that most of us will avoid one way or another. Right. The way you describe this to me, there are all different flavors of avoidance. Some of us avoid by reacting. We go towards it somehow. Some of us retreat the medication, and some of us just remain. We're stuck. We're frozen in place. Right. But most of us, what we do is we teach our brain that anxiety is bad and that we need to avoid somehow. And the problem is avoidance feeds anxiety. Like every time we avoid, what we learn is that anxiety is bad and we can't tolerate it. And so to really be able to sort of transform that anxiety into power, you have to create a plan. Right. So for example, I'm the kind of person that when I'm anxious, I tend to react to avoid. What does that mean? Well, imagine I get an email that pisses me off. Okay. I'm the kind of person that types the response really fast, and I'm going to tell you exactly how it is, right? But the problem is, every time in my life, when I press send to that email, I feel momentarily better because avoidance always wins. But then I have a lot to clean up because I'm not coming from my thinking brain. I'm not being respectful. I'm just reacting to avoid one thing and one thing only, my discomfort related to that email, right? Instead of doing that, how do I am able to manage, today, if I get an email that upsets me, I literally have to walk away for a second. I use what's called opposite action. Instead of reacting, I'm going to go away from it, not to avoid it, but to tolerate my discomfort enough so that I can have my thinking brain on and I can respond.
Okay.